I'm Margaret in Windsor, and this is Easter Sunday, um, the 20th of April of 14. I suppose that Elizabeth is going to church today. She's the illegal monarch. And I know that George and the baby, George the baby, who's named after Elizabeth's father, and this would be him, George, the illegal George the Sixth, with Roosevelt in 39 planning my kidnapping. Now, they took down my father with the New World Order, and Joe Kennedy was ambassador. They took down my father, and it was all a lie. 99-year seal put on the takedown. This is an imposter who married Wallace Simpson. That's my dad, the real King Edward VIII. And my father was married to Claudia O'Keeffe. Never had anything to do with Wallace Simpson, imposter. Married to artist George O'Keeffe's sister, Claudia, born in Madison, Wisconsin. Now then, Elizabeth is illegal just as her father. And this is George, who they named after. William and Kate actually named him after George, who would be William's great-grandfather. Yeah. And he's the one that helped kidnap me and take down my father and all the lies, helped the New World Order. He's a traitor. He helped take down the British Empire. Now, she's sitting in church on today, I'm sure, her and her brood. They've always known about me. They just don't talk about me. I was brought over here to Moulton, Alabama, given the name of the twin, Peggy Ann Dempsey. I married a Childers. The twins were both killed by their mother, and Lina, I grew up in a pigsty. Now then, these people have used my money. They've sold out Great Britain, allowed the United States to put military bases all over British soil. Now then, I wrote about a medical malpractice book before I found out about my kidnapping. I found out in 83, late 83. I did a medical malpractice book about mind control and doctors. Larry McDonald, congressman, urologist from Piedmont Hospital. His family kind of controlled Piedmont Hospital, or did. And I wrote about him, and Larry Flint was brought into Lawrenceville, Georgia, about 40 miles from Marietta, where I was at doing the book. And he was shot, and his attorney killed. The guy that shot him was programmed to shoot him. He wrote me, and I was flown out there after Larry McDonald's plane went down to Flint's home in October of 83. McDonald's plane was shot down on August the 31st of 83. The Korean jetliner, the Soviets shot it down when it veered into their space. Now then, I'd written about him, and Larry Flint was shot. I was trying to get the book published, and a lot was being done to me and my sons, Mark and Scott. And I got a letter from the FBI, national security involved was what they said, ongoing investigation. That was June the 23rd of 79. April Fool Day of 80, I had antifreeze put in me and should have died. It was a holy hell what they did to me then. It was switching me from one to the other, never did the tox screen. I was tortured beyond belief, as if antifreeze in you is not enough. I didn't know if my children were going to be alive. I was illegally transported across the state line to Huntsville, Alabama, and I'm having to leave out a lot of it. It won't go on the video, and I'll go to another one and have to give background and so on and so on. And It's hard to put it together, even if you had a billion volumes to go by in a book of what was done to me. I worked for Fred Simpson after the antifreeze. I ended up in Huntsville, and that was illegal. My going over there, being forced to go over there and leave my apartment and my sons, and I really have not seen my sons but a couple of times from 80 to 82, and I don't know if they're alive or dead. Nobody will touch it. Now then, I show this about Larry Flint because he was shot and he flew me out there. I wrote about the mind control, and I'm saying that because mind control, I wanted to say this again. It's where the victim is called a murderer. Uh, I'm not saying what I really wanted to here. Mind control makes the victim look like the killer, and they're prosecuted, just like Timothy McVeigh. He was a victim of mind control. He had no control over what he did. It, he was programmed, and he even told it here that the Army military put chip up him of his buttocks. This is William over here, where it said that they put a chip in him so if he was kidnapped. I thought that was something, since this woman is illegal, and her father helped the Kennedys and the New World Order and the Roosevelts. It's the Illuminati, Freemasons, kidnap me and take down my father. Thought that was cute. They didn't want him kidnapped. And here he is with little George, named after the man that kidnapped me and sold out Great Britain. They did treaties, signed them, that were are illegal. They're they're not legal monarchs. I am Victoria II, and it's legal, but she's in power. I'm not. She's given all away, her and her father, and the movie of the King's Speech was made of him, making him out to be the good guy. You have heard nothing of the truth. The media is controlled by the Rockefellers, Rothschilds, and I even was doing a thing about Katharine Graham and the Post, and were part of the New World Order too. A ComSat, the defense satellite. You should get in and check out some of the stuff about Myers, who was the father of Katharine Graham, and he owned the Post, and all that transpired after then. He was the first president of the World Bank, etc. Now then, the persons who are programmed, and it's using mind control, they've lost any freedom they had, and they're blamed for murders they actually did not commit. A knife can't get up and just cut you. It's the command given to the person, and he's no more than the knife. He or she can't help it. So your mass murders, as in, by the way, this is my sons, Mark and Scott, and I don't know where they are. These are old photographs. A lot of these patterns were done using my sons' names and about my father, like, and this is going to go off. This is the Giffords. Mark and Scott were the Kelly. Her name's Gifford. This is the Tucson. They were both astronauts, and Mark is her husband. Now then, this is right here next door to me. I'm in Roanoke, and this man was a psychiatrist. He's one of the Fort Hood shooters, and he finished school at Virginia Tech next to me, and that's where the 33 mass killings happened April the 16th of '07. Now, then there's a bunch more. These are all mind control murders, and these are victims. This is the Aurora, Colorado, where their mind control has nothing to do with mental illness. It's just another means to kill, and it's invisible. It's a murder weapon. This is James Holmes, and he's being tortured and diagnosed as mentally ill when it's mind control, and the psychiatrists do know. Now then, I said that about, so you got the victims being charged with crimes, and they're a victim of mind control, and the agency's using it. So now then, I'd like what's mine back. I'd like my father's name cleared and my mother known for who they are. And this woman